Hello, it's Sherry Fitzgerald again. I'm going to be doing a workout for you guys today. Welcome to the YThrive at-home workouts. Today it's going to be a workout designed for that advanced intermediate exerciser. Someone who has some experience already with some of these exercises. Something that's a little bit more intense. It's going to challenge your dynamic movements and your endurance. Again, take it at your own pace, no matter what the situation is. See how you're feeling and go from there. We're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up, just warming up the muscles and the joints, getting the blood circulating through the body. We're going to start with 3 big sets of strength and cardio. We're going to have 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds of rest. If you need more, you can feel free to take more. We're going to do a little bit of a cardio round that's specific to the heart and lungs, and then we're going to end with a cool down. So we're looking at 20 to 25 minutes of a good hard workout, something to make you feel good for the rest of the day. So I think we're going to get started. We'll start with our warm-up. And with that warm-up, again, we're just warming up all those muscles that we're going to focus on today. So we're going to start with the legs. We're going to start with a stepping forward lunge, and then stepping back, stepping forward and back. I'm going to start adding a little more upper body, adding a little crossover. So we're just, again, getting the torso warmed up, getting our coordination warmed up, and a little rotation. And again, you can always feel free to intensify those movements by increasing your range or your speed. And you can also decrease your intensity by shortening that range of motion, not going down as far, picking a little spot, a little rotation. We'll do a few more just to make sure we're nice and warm through that whole body. One more here. And then we're going to start with a cat-cow standing. So we're going to round that upper back, open the chest and shoulders, and just kind of moving freely from both your cat and your cow position. Again, seeing how you're feeling with your range of motion. You need to shorten the range of motion based on injuries or just how it feels. Tucking your chin in, and then open your shoulders and chest to the ceiling. And again, just a few more, just making sure we're nice and warm and ready for the workout. We're looking at reducing that risk of injury, so it really doesn't matter, what fitness level you are. You still want to warm up those muscles. Okay, the next one we're going to go to a little bit of a skip. We're going to go to an air skip. So we don't even need a skipping rope. If you have one, you can use it. But just a little bit of a hop. Another option for this, if hopping doesn't work for you, is a heel lift. So you can keep your feet, your toes connected to the ground the whole time, just lifting the heels, simulating that you're doing that little skip. And again, starting to feel warm throughout that whole body. Again, if you want to bring back the intensity, add a little bit more impact, adding that hop, even making it a bigger hop. Very good. The last one we're going to do is a jog on the spot. So again, just bringing your heels up towards your glutes, simulating you're going for a jog. We have a little mat here. Maybe you're going to go for a little jog around your mat. Destination around the mat. Warming up all those muscles. Maybe going in the opposite direction. Again, you want to get about 2 to 5 minutes of a warm-up. Everybody's going to be a little different. And then coming back to our jogging on the spot. All right, so you should be good and warm by now. We're going to go into our first main set. So we're going to start with our reverse lunge. So with the reverse lunge, we're going to step back. Our toes going to connect to the floor, and then we're going to come forward. So I'm going to start our timer, and I'll show you a couple straight on, stepping back, beating to the other foot, stepping back. And again, if you want to incorporate a little more intensity, just bring your arms up over your heart, creating that impact on pumping that heart a little bit harder. increasing your range by coming down a little bit closer to the ground. We got 10 seconds left. And again, working on balance because we're going behind. It's a blind landing. One more. Reaching back, dropping the knee down towards the floor, and then coming back to that set position. The next one we're going to do is a Superman. We're going to lie down on our mat. We're going to reach our arms up over our head, and the legs are going to reach up in the air as well. You're going to feel that lower back, and you're just going to hold that position. I'm going to show options, so you can add a little bit of a touch down and then up, or you can hold it as a stationary movement where you're not going to move. You're just going to feel that contraction all the way through, and then just breathing, looking down at the floor just to make sure your neck is in line. We got 10 seconds left. Really starting to feel the back end of your body firing up. Oh, that feels good. 2 and 1, and then coming up. Again, we do have a break, 15 seconds in between, so feel free to grab a drink of water. The last one for this little segment is going to be high knees. So I'm just going to put my arms out in front, and I'm going to start to lift my knees, kind of destination up towards my arms. If this is too much, you can take the impact out, but you can also keep the intensity by increasing that range of motion. So you're lifting that knee a little bit higher, really driving that knee up towards your hands. And again, that weight of the leg is contracting your midsection. Again, you got 10 seconds left. Maybe we go hard for the last 10 seconds. Really drive those knees up. Reaching. Taking a breather. So we're going to do that round one more time. The second round, we can decide whether we want more or maybe we want less. All right, so we're getting ready for those reverse lunges. Stepping back, dropping down towards the floor with your knee. Trying to keep your shoulders over top of your hips, because we want to engage that midsection all the way through. So again, just from the side, toe tap, knee drop, and then pushing off to the very front again. Breathing all the way through. 10 seconds here. Seeing what you have left. Last time with these lunges. All right, take a little breather, shake it out. We're going to go back to the Superman. I'm going to show you another advanced option. So instead of lying down on our back, reaching out, we're going to be in a plank position, and we're going to reach one arm and the opposite leg up, other side. So you got a little bit of balance here as well. So reaching your opposite leg out from opposite arm. Really feeling that big hug in your midsection. And then starting to feel that back end of your body firing up. We got 10 seconds. And again, just picking your pace that you can get through that whole station. 5 seconds here. Good. Shaking out the arms, whatever you need to do to get ready for the next exercise. Those high knees are back again. Rolling back those shoulders. And then get in your position, add those high knees. And again, maybe you're keeping your hands down below your heart and focusing on the knee coming up. Maybe you're tapping each time. Good job. And you want to start to feel that little bit of excitement in your heart and lungs. That little bit of a push to get stronger. Taking out the impact. Maybe we're driving that knee up a little bit higher. Increasing that range of motion. Requiring a little bit more energy. Driving it up. 5 seconds. We're going to go hard. Drive that knee up. Perfect. All right. Number 2. We're going to start with a push-up, And we're going to use either the mat or not. So with the push-up, shoulder width apart, elbows are tucked back, and then coming up all the way. So you're maintaining that nice long spine. Elbows are going to be tucked back like an arrow. You're coming down about halfway, 90 degrees. Big exhale. Nice long spine. Option of going down on your knees is always there. Push. Working that whole upper body. Almost there. There we go. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is a curl up. So we're gonna lay down on the mat. I'll do it from the side. And we'll start with the feet planted. Hands are gonna start on the thighs. And we're gonna reach up towards the ceiling and then slowly lower down. Reach up and then all the way down. Big exhale. You just woke up and you're ready to start the day. And if you're having difficulty with getting all the way up, maybe you grab onto your thighs, get a little bit of assistance, slide down the same way. Reaching that full range of motion, sinking down. Oh, last one, good. So the last one we're gonna do is called a squat jump. So we're gonna get in that squat position and we're gonna sink down into our hips and we're gonna jump at the top. And we are ready to go. So we're gonna sink down, jump up. Sink down, jump up. So we're using those arms to drive us up, like you're ski jumping. Planting your feet, planting the heels. Starting to feel that in the legs, in the front of your thighs, even that upper body, that force jump. 10 seconds. That's it. 5 seconds here. Seeing what we can do today to get a little stronger. And then of course that lovely break. All right, so we know what we're gonna do next. We're gonna repeat that whole circuit, starting with the push-ups. So deciding whether you're gonna be on your knees or your toes. We're gonna start with shoulder width apart, sinking down 90 degrees. And then just using your breath. Big exhale. Nice long spine. Trying to keep the bum down. I hope my bum's down. Up. And again, that option of the knees. Bracing that midsection all the way through. Woo. Very good. All right, so last one up. Or we're going to do our curl up. Again, from that first time doing it, deciding what option is going to be best for you. So starting with your hands on your thighs, that big reach up over your head, and then that slow controlled lower, that big reach up. Maybe needing a little assistance, grabbing onto your thighs. Same thing on the way down, or maybe not today. Maybe we're fine. Big exhale, reaching up, chest is forward. Again. Excellent. All right, so the last one in this round is going to be our squat jumps. Again, now we know it, we're feeling more comfortable with the movement, so we may be adding a little bit more range. So getting into that set position, sinking into your hips, adding that hop at the top, or what's another option, sinking down, coming up, and maybe coming up but not lifting fully, but lifting up your heels and then just taking that impact out. So you decide what you need today. It all works. Being consistent is the #1 thing here. Just showing up. I like it. Sink down, drive up, 10 seconds. This is where we get that big excitement at the end. That's it. 5 here. Good. Okay, take a breather. Shake out those muscles. The last circuit we're going to do, we're going to be doing a single leg deadlift. So we're going to get our balance, pick our leg, and we're going to start to balance right off the bat. We're starting to reach down towards the floor, and then we're going to come up. We're going to stay on that one side, reaching down, coming back up, trying to keep the shoulders in line with your hips. So we don't want to have any roundness in the back, so don't worry about going all the way down. And if you have to tap your toe to get your balance, you can do that, or reset yourself. Almost there. If you have more range than me, you keep going. 2 here, and 1, good. So now we're gonna go on the other leg. I started with my good leg. So this is my other leg. So getting your balance to start, picking a focal point that sometimes helps with balance. And once you get your focal point, we're gonna start to hinge forward and then come up. So I'll just show you from the side, just trying to keep that spine in line. Slowly reaching down like you're going to go pick something up, but really feeling that excitement in your ankles, or in your ankle, and the rest of your body. So not just working on strength here, but balance, coordination, and maybe a little bit of patience. Just sinking down, coming back up. Shorten your range of motion if you need to, or you can increase it, making things a little bit longer. Shaking out the legs. So the next thing we're going to do is a static hold for the squats. So we're going to pick whatever squat position is best for you, and then we're just going to sink down into our hips. So we're going to sink down almost like we're hovering over a chair or maybe a toilet seat that's not so clean. Just, you never know. Just sinking back into your heels, keeping your shoulders over top. Maybe you're wiggling your toes. You're starting to feel that firing up of the thighs. Feel free to add a few little movements just because. Got 8 seconds here. You can feel free to cross your hands at chest level if that feels better on your shoulders. Woo! Shake out the legs. All right, so the last one in this circuit is going to be our mount climbers. So we're going to go in that push-up position, and we're going to try to keep that spine nice and long, nothing drooping. And we're going to do a mount climber, but we're going to tuck our knee towards the opposite elbow. Now you can do this with or without a mat, because we're going to add a little bit of excitement. So a little bit of a hop. You can increase that intensity by driving your knee faster. So you decide whether this is good or this is good. And again, you can feel that big hug around your midsection. That's a good thing. Nice controlled movements, spreading your fingers out nice and wide on your mat. Doing a little wiggle, a little release for your wrist. And getting really excited about doing that again, okay? So again, feel free to grab a drink of water. We're gonna set that foot. We're gonna go into those single deadlifts. A little bend in that leg that's staying on the floor. And then we're just gonna slowly go down to the knee and then slowly go up. Everybody's gonna have their own range of motion. If you're not able to go down to your knee, you just don't go down to your knee. You get used to that movement and then you start adding your range. Now my nose is running, that means I'm having a good time. It means I'm having a good time, things are moving. So reaching that back leg behind you. Last one here. All right, so we'll shake out the legs. We're gonna get prepared for the other side. So you're gonna just plant your foot, pick your focal point, and even start lifting up that other leg, getting your balance, and then start to add that movement. So again, that little bit of a balance challenge, but using the weight of our own body to get stronger. So coming forward, and you might notice that one side's a little different than the other. This is a great opportunity to balance out your right and left side. Sometimes we're doing things always together, that stronger side takes over. So maybe you're reaching a little further this time because you feel more comfortable in the movement. Maybe you're reaching down and then slowly coming up, just shaking out those legs. It's starting to feel good now. It's starting to feel good now. So we're going to go into that squat hold. And again, you pick your depth, pick your width, pick your destination. We're going to sink down. I have my arms reached out front, but I don't have to. I can have them here. But if I put them here, sometimes I will cheat and I'll push into my thighs. So I know myself, I have to keep them away from my thighs. So again, wiggling your toes, relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears, maybe adding a small little movement, really psychologically just to get your mind off of what's happening in those legs. Got 8 seconds here, but really starting to feel the front part of your thighs. Taking any pressure away from your knees with strong thighs. Woo, good stuff. All right, so the last one is those mountain climbers. So again, second time through, maybe you decide you're gonna do something different. Spreading out your fingers nice and wide takes the pressure away from your wrist. And again, just taking that knee and driving it to that opposite elbow. So you're looking like you're in a push-up position with that nice long spine, and then that intensity option right there, where you add that speed, maybe the range, maybe you're driving your knee a little closer to that opposite arm. Again, check in with yourself. You know yourself way better than I do. Trust. That's it, keep going. Last time we're doing these mountain climbers. All right, again, give the wrist, fingers, give them a little wiggle. All right, so we're so excited. We're gonna go into our cardio portion. So the first one we're gonna do is a runner's knee. So we're gonna drive our toe back, and then we're gonna hop up. So we're gonna lunge back, hop up, and again, you don't have to add the hop until you feel comfortable with the movement, but once you're there, you can add that intensity by adding your speed. Again, driving it up, a little bit of a hop, very exciting in the heart. That's it. Drive. No impact. You can make it harder by driving the movement a little bit further. Take a breather. We're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So we'll keep that leg. Again, start with the knee, tapping back, driving the knee. I'm gonna take my full break. So again, down and back, and then once you feel comfortable, not that I'm looking for comfort today in this boost workout, drive your knee. Think about all the reasons why we're doing this. Let it get you through this workout today. Back. That's it. Picking the options. If you need to, taking out that impact, maybe keeping the intensity with your range, driving your knee up, engaging that midsection. Woo, take a breather. All right. So the next one we're gonna do is a plank jack. So we're gonna start in our plank position. That nice long spine that we had for the mountain climbers, this time we're gonna open up the legs wide and then go back to our narrow position. Again, trying to keep our glutes down And then we're gonna pick a speed that we can maintain good form. If this doesn't work, I can easily change it. Just with a toe tap, side to side. Again, feeling that big hug around your midsection. We got 10 seconds here. I'm gonna open and close. Won't be talking very much, but feeling a lot. All right. So that was our squat, or plank jacks. The next one we're gonna do is our air skips, and we did a little bit of this in the warm up. So just simulating like you have a skipping rope and doing that little hop, almost like a bunny hop. And again, if the impact is not gonna work for you for any reason, you can do that little lift with your heels and not coming fully off the floor. So again, decide. I just like to hang out with me a little bit longer. We're almost there. Keeping the shoulders over top of your hips. This is our last round. If you want to do more, you can do it all over again. Last 5 seconds. We're gonna go for it. Excellent. All right, so that segment you can do again. You can do it up to 3 times. For today, I'm gonna go through it once, and I'm gonna get into our cool down. So for our cool down, because we work so hard, we're gonna do a lot of stretches kneeling. So I'm gonna turn off my timer so we're not rushed on this. And I'm just gonna have my knees on my mat. I'm gonna start with my chest opener. I'm gonna focus on just my breathing in and out, dropping the elbows, maybe even wiggling your fingers, rotating your wrist, releasing a little bit of tension. And then I'm just gonna relax down to my side again. So we did a lot of core work today. We're gonna stretch out that whole midsection, the spine. We're gonna round the back up. We're almost pushing our back up to the ceiling. And then we're gonna start lengthening our spine, and we're gonna reverse it. We're almost looking up at the ceiling. And again, rounding, pushing the shoulder blades apart, and then nice long spine. And again, doing however many you need to feel that little bit of a release in those tense areas. And then rounding for the last time. We're gonna be taking the knees out a little bit wider on your mat, even bringing your big toes together, and see if you can sink your hips towards your heels. And then taking your arms out nice and long, and just stretching out that whole back end. This is one of my favorite poses. I don't know if it's the child in me, but it is called child's pose. Just relaxing that back and hips. And then we're slowly just gonna come to a lying position on our mat. Now we're gonna stretch out that back. Now you can stay low with your forearms connected to the mat. This is a lower locus, and then that cobra where you're bringing your hands a little closer to your hips, and then maybe coming up a little bit further, getting that back bend. Getting that flexibility. We're always so rounded with a lot of our activities. And then we're going to slowly come back down, and then we'll come up to our kneeling position for the last time, and then just start rolling your shoulders back. And then the last one, we're just going to keep them back there. Now we'll keep that posture all the way through. I thank you so much. That was a great workout today. Feel free to add on or take off sets if you need to. Take it at your own pace, and have a great day.